welcome back to my channel and welcome to another diecast restoration video. Well, I hope everybody's well and you're looking forward to the video this time. So before we start, I'd just like to say thank you to you all for watching, and thank you to all my old faithfuls, my old subscribers, and you know, any new subscribers. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my channel. And thank you for all your comments on my previous videos. I'll try and answer them all before the next video. I've got to go looking for them. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All the comments used to come up on my emails, so I knew when I had a comment. Now they don't, and I go on my channel, and then I've got, you know, I find it hard to find all the comments. Got to look for them. So if I miss your comments, I'm very sorry. It's not done intentionally. I do try to answer them all, but I don't always see them, especially if it's from, you know, videos I've done 2 or 3 months ago. If somebody looks at those and makes a comment, I don't always see them. I don't see them unless I go back on all those videos. So sometimes I might miss some. You know, I go clicking on everything or pressing on everything on my phone, and I end up somewhere else, or I do something I shouldn't, and I get all muddled up on that. I don't know what the hell they've done to it, but it might be just me, or I don't know. But anyway, I do apologise, as I say, if I've missed any. Okay, so this week's video, it's Corgi Toys Massey Ferguson 50B. And this one didn't have a loader on it. Some of them they made had loaders on, some of them didn't, and this one didn't. And I also noticed that some of them had drivers and some of them didn't. But the ones with drivers, I've got a couple of those, and I've got one that's undone, and the driver's really jammed in, and one isn't in at all. He's sort of floating around, but they don't fit properly in there. So you'll see in the video what I've done to get over that, because I like to have a driver in. It looks silly with a cab and nothing, nobody in it. So I've done that. You'll see in the video. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, so this is more probably of an industrial tractor, but I do know of some farmers over here in Jersey that have had them, used them on the farms. And I know they use them in, well, you know, I work for the States of Jersey, and they used to run the incinerator. Well, they still do, but it's a new incinerator. They used to run the old incinerator, and you know, where all the island's rubbish went. And they had a couple of these 50Bs as well for towing the trailers. They used to back in and get all the old, well, toxic ash, I suppose it is. They used to get all that out. The guy used to be there with his mask and his suits, but yeah, they used to use 2 of these 50Bs for that. And I think before I started there, you know, I've been lucky. When I've been doing the beaches, I don't do them anymore because it's been privatised. That job's been, you know, dished out to private company, you know, after I've done it for 25 years. But before I used to do it, apparently they used one of these 50Bs on the beach on the surf rake, and apparently it was a right pig. They used to get stuck with it all the time. Anyway, enough of that waffle. So that's what I've done. So this is what this video is about. So we better get on with it. So as I always say, please sit back, relax, and have a cabbage. No, sorry, my mistake. Sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one, and see how many cabbage moments I had in this. So let's take a closer look at this. It's a bit rough, a lot of paint loss. Somebody looks like it's had a bit of a chew on the old exhaust. Might be able to sort that out, hopefully so. The window unit's completely knackered. The driver's missing. The wheels all need replacing. Other than that, it's pretty much all there. God knows what's stuck under the mud guard. It's either mud or it's some dead insect. Actually, it's a dead insect, I think. Yuck. I'm not sure where this one came from. And I was never very keen on these because they never had a steering. And no hydraulic lift arms. I know they're more the industrial one, aren't they? 50B. So it's just, what's it got? Corgi toys. 50B. I can't. Oh, Massey Ferguson 50B tractor. That's all it is. So it's like the ones we had. A couple of these at work down at the incinerator where the rubbish was burnt to get the ash out. Had a couple of dumpers behind them. Yeah, so that's it. Pretty simple and straightforward, this one. The roof is completely black on this one. Some of them are only a part black. Let's get the drills and drill the rivets. We've got 2 rivets and it should come apart. Yeah, there's just a tiny axle. We'll just have to file around there to get the wheel off. Okay. Right, okay, let's get these rivets drilled. Start off with a small drill bit, as usual. A little bit further on that one. Oh, scares the sniffing again. It's blooming cold still. Okay, that's probably deep enough there. Right. Let's go with this one a bit bigger. Oh, that went through quick. Okay, let's get rid of the metal filings. Right. Okay. There we are. That's alright, didn't damage the base. I was lucky. Right. Get the interior out. That needs to go in the ultrasonic cleaner. To get this knackered window unit out. It's a shame it's got a crack. Well, it's got cracks all over it, so every window's busted really on it. So there's not much copper. Okay. Right. Oh, that's a big. It's a big quite a big hole for that rivet post. Right. Okay. Well, I just need to file a bit on the back one. Need to file a bit on that back one. That's all. Really. I suppose I better tidy them both up. I'll tidy them both up. But I will. I'm going to tap these. There. be the back one that needs doing. They're the most awkwardest one. Always the same. Right, okay, well, I'm nearly done now. I was going to say I'll carry on off camera, but it's almost done. Oh, that's it, that's alright. Right, again I'll get rid of the metal filings. Now then, there's a couple in there as well. Right. Okay, so I need to get these wheels off. I'll just find the right file. Okay, I'll do the front one. I have filed the back one a little bit, but it was awkward to get in. I had to use the edge of the file, so it took a little while. I had to just do, like, you know, a little bit like that at a time. So oh, sorry, I'm sniffing again. I do apologise. There are, that's off. Okay, so where's the one I filed? This one, yeah, the wheels are knackered anyway, so I didn't worry too much. Okay, so then that's it. We just pull the axle out. Bob's your uncle. Now I'm going to have to fill the holes up. I've got some spare wheels, which are a bit better, but the holes are big in the middle, so see the difference? These are off a combine. Off the 165s and that, they're the same wheels, so I'll have to put probably a rivet, you know, the middle of a rivet. I'll glue it in. As long as the axle goes through the centre of the rivet, you know, I'll knock it off. I'll knock the rivet part off the shaft and then put it in there, and then hopefully we'll have when the axle goes through. If not, we'll just drill it. We can drill it out a little bit more if the axle doesn't go through it. But that's my plan. The front wheels are a bit, they're not very good either. I've sort of straightened that one a little bit up. I don't know, maybe I can shape it a bit. And I've got one other one which has got a slightly bigger hole in the centre as well, which is not great, so we're going to have to see what we can do with this, because I haven't got many spares of these. Well, I don't think I've got any spares of these now. That one there that I've got was the spare. Right, so there's no problems about mixing up the axles, because fat axle at the back, and even that's bent, look. So fat axle at the back and thin axle at the front, which is also bent. If I could pick it up even, it's also bent. Right, okay then, so this is destined for the caustic. We've got a slightly bent hook that we need to straighten. And what do I do with the other bit? Oh, and then I'm going to drill these out and tap them. Okay, so probably next time you see this, it'll be all cleaned up, no paint on it, white wheels, and all ready for putting the primer on. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. A few seconds for you, probably a day or two for me. Right, well, that's all cleaned up now, ready for the primer. I've cleaned it with methylated spirits. So lovely, sunny and warm again outside today. It's supposed to rain for the next few days, I think, after today. Today being, I don't know what today is, Saturday. So Yesterday wasn't that great. But yeah, I'm going to go out and put some etching primer. I'll do etching primer on this one because I've got to do two-tone, do the roof black, matte black. Yeah, since I've been using the etching primer, I've got to say I've not had any trouble with my two-tones. So I did use it before a long time ago, and then I stopped using it, and I think that's the reason why I've been having a lot of trouble. So I'm back using it. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, come on, Crapo, you can't go in the tractor. Bon Dieu. Right, I'm going to go and do that, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Right, that's all primed, so ready for the coat of yellow, and then we'll mask off after that once the yellow's all done, and do the roof black. So I'm going to go out, and our little Edley Crapo, yeah, he's going to give me a hand. I'm going to go and spray that, and I'll see you in a few minutes or a few seconds when that's done. Okay, yeah, that's where we're at with this. I've sprayed the yellow, as you can see. I do have to mask off the roof now, so I'm going to do that. Need to get all my masking tape. I'm never ready. I'm not like the batteries that are ever ready. I'm never ready. Right, glasses, tweezers, Heineken, Schmeineken. Yeah. I don't want the gutter black. Don't really know how. I'm going to have to go just above the gutter, I think, with it. Oh, do you know, I can't see what I'm doing like this. I'm surprised why they haven't, I think, well, the models, the other ones I've got like this, they haven't got the gutter as black, they got it yellow. But I think it looks stupid with the gutter yellow. The gutter should be black with the roof. Oh. I don't know what to do. I go around, they've got to go over the lights. It's going to be awkward, I'm going to have to go above the gutter. Don't like that. I don't like that. Got to go like that. Like that. And like that. Not like that, because I'm going off course now. That went the wrong side of my fingernail then. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Now I'm going to have to cut that, because that's got to go. That's got to go. Oops, I don't have to cut it. But I've got to put another piece above that light, because that's like a light there. So I've got to go up over that and around that. So, sorry I keep knocking my head on the camera. The camera's right where my head needs to be. Hey. So if, I need to go over, I'll just stick this little bit on here because I need to, because I can't see what the heck I'm doing with the camera there. Okay, so I'm going to go over that like that. That's just stupid what I just did there, isn't it? That was a cabbage moment. There's my scissors. That was a cabbage moment. We can add little bits here and there, so I'm not worried about that. Right. There. That'll do it. I'm going to put another piece in the middle. I'm going to put another piece there. So I'm going to do the rest off camera and I'll come back to you. You can't see much anyway because the model's yellow, so is the flipping tape. So I'll come back to you when I've masked that off. Right, okay, that's all masked up as best I can. And it looks a bit shit, but it should do. And I did use some frog tape, which is quite appropriate. See, I missed the CRAPAUD on you. I should call it CRAPAUD tape, not frog tape. Okay, I'm going to go and paint this now. It's blowing a hoolie out there, so I'm not sure how much paint's going to go on that roof and how much is going to go, excuse me, everywhere else. Like that sneeze. I was going to say something then and I've forgotten what it was. Cabbage. Don't know. I'll think of it when I'm out. Oh yeah, I was going to do it. I'm going to do it matte black, but the whole thing needs lacquering, so it's probably going to come out shiny anyway. But anyway, I'm going to go and do that, and I'll come back to you, and we'll see how we get on. Okie doke. It hasn't come out great, unfortunately. The roof, the first paint I put on, it didn't really want to know. It looked alright when I just sprayed it and I had my dinner. Came back and had a look at it and you could see the yellow through and it was all blotchy and excuse me. So it's almost like there was grease on the roof, so I cleaned it with methylated spirits anyway, and then I've sprayed it with the gloss one I've got, which isn't great either. It's got some patches on it, so it's a bit strange that, but never mind. Once it's lacquered it's going to be alright. The lacquer will cover over the blotchiness. It's only like because it's gone dull in a couple of places. Well, I wanted the whole lot dull, but it's not going to be now. Oh, excuse me. I can't get this damn tape off now. Put it all on so well. The usual. Hang on, let's cut that. I always do it. Blast the thing up so well. I can never undo it again. Okay, we got one piece off. Another bit stuck to my thumb. Oh, come on. Oh, for crying out loud. When you're putting it on the model, it don't stick to it. When you're trying to get it off the model, it sticks to it. And it sticks to your fingers. You can't win. Sorry, I'm going out of shot again. There we go, let's get this paper off. Oh, excuse the sniffing. This is what, a good 4 weeks on, and I've still got this flipping cold. Excuse me. I think my paper needs replacing on my bench. Right, gotta be careful how I do. Take this off. That's how you end up scratching it otherwise. Right, so I'll just cut that. Hey, da, 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 da. I thought that was a nice long end there. That's the bit that I cut the other end off. Right, we got, yeah, let's cut this. Okay. Okay, now where did that one start? No, I have no clue. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was short-lived. Hang on, we got a bit here. Have we? No, it's this bit. Hang on, if I cut that there, that's better. That's better. We have to hope our frog tape, our CRAPAUD tape, hasn't left a residue on the thing, because I've had that before with the frog tape. Stuck it worse to my hand there. Right. I've got another light. I've got 4 lights in here now. I went to the charity shop on Sunday and they had one of those lights where you join, you connect one to the other. So I I stuck another one up, but I've just switched it off instead of on. Alright, there you go, because there's a bit of light behind us. Not that it probably makes any difference to you, but right, coming for the moment of truth now. Sorry I banged my head again on the camera. Now, where's the piece? There. Alright. Let's hope. Put a little bit, well not really, well a little bit, but not really enough to be doing anything about. These are the awkward bits around here. That one goes straight across. And this one goes here. Not too bad. A bit off centre, but not a lot. Oh, well, that's cool. So there's no touching up or anything on that to do. It's worked out pretty good. I'm pleased about that. Okay, so I'm going to do some detailing. On these lights, these ones. So I won't bother about number plate because the farmers don't usually bother about number plates too much. Not in the old days. Okie dokie. Since the last clip, which was before I went to Weymouth, and I've just had to watch back the clips because I didn't know where, I couldn't remember where it got up to. So basically I got up to, I wasn't sure, I was going to put the decals, wasn't I, on both sides, and then these lights, that's right, I needed to paint these lights. I've done those silver, front and back. They're the top lights on the top of the cab. Not sure what happened there. It looked fine when I lacquered it, and now gradually there's a mark come through, but I don't think you'll notice it because when the exhaust is through, it's going to look like a shadow. Okay, the badge on the front is, hello, the badge on the front is supposed to be, I've got both phones, I've got my old one and my current one there, and they both when I get an eBay notification, they both go, even though there's a SIM card only in one. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, so the badge on the front is supposed to be a Massey Ferguson badge, but they've just done like a V-shaped badge on there. And I've done black around there because in the Google pictures there's black around that bit at the top. What else? That's it I've done so far, I think. Yeah, those are my homemade decals. Some of them had black, some of them had white ones. I've gone with the black ones because I think they look better, and they're supposed to be further back on the mudguard like I've done them there. And I've done it both sides, and these little backlights I've done red and orange for the indicators. They are supposed to be lights on the mudguards, a side light and an indicator light on there, but I don't know if I might stick some of those jewels on, but I think they might be a bit too big, so I might just leave it. Okay, so that's that bit. I had a bit of a dilemma about drivers. I've got a driver here, Corgi one here, but he don't fit. And I've noticed on some of those, see, that have got a driver, because I've got a couple that have got drivers in them that haven't been undone. They're squashed in, and then that bends down and it doesn't fit properly inside the casting. So we're going to print one, 3D print one. I've taken a photo of this one and then done it on Massey 3. I've done a 3D model of it, like so. I've got a, you know, I've done the model and I've got it into an STL file. So I'm going to try and print one. So we'll have a look at that. I'll do it in what they do, that time lapse, so you can see it. It might be too quick, I don't know. So we got that to do. Also the wheels, if you remember, the wheels that I'm using were from a normal, the other Massey Ferguson tractors. I haven't got one there. But the centres for this one are a lot thinner because the axle goes straight through. So what I've done, I found a rivet, pop rivet, taken it off the shaft, whatever you want to call it, stem. I've cut them to the width of the wheel and I've stuck them in the middle of the wheel. So I've got one, yeah, it's on the axle, it's going to be fine. So that's that done. These wheels are spare ones I had. They're better than the ones that were off there, but I'm not going to throw the ones that were off there away. Same thing with the front ones. I found a set of front ones off an old knackered trailer I had, which I'm not going to throw away either because it'd be good for code 3s. So anyway, they're not too bad. Slightly different colour, but I'm not going to paint them. You know, one's darker than the other, but you probably won't notice when it's on the tractor. And that's about it. Oh yeah, tyres. I had some tyres. I've gone through all my spare tyres and I've found these. I think these are repro ones that I bought some time ago, 3-4 years ago. But they're quite nice. They're nice and the lugs are nice and square, the tread. So that fit that all right. They're nice and soft. And same thing with these. Well, not same thing. I've got these. They're old ones I found, which are not too bad. So that's as far as I've got. So we'll do the 3D printing, and then what I'll do, I'll paint all them. I'll paint the if it works out all right, the little driver, I'll paint him. And then I'll show you, I'll come back to you when I've done that. I mean, it's just hand painting, it's pretty straightforward, so there's no need to show it. Okay. I told him, we're back with our man, all painted. He's slightly slimmer than the original one. Now know if you can see the difference, but he fits better in the tractor. I have had to file a bit off his back and a bit off his knees, excuse me, to make him fit. So I'll have to glue him in probably. I've taken the steering wheel off of that. So he does fit in. Well, he did fit in. There. Come on, you. Get in your tractor. He doesn't want to do a day's work, him. Okay, so I'll have to glue him in, keep him down. It does push it down a little bit, but not enough to notice or be any problem there. Oh, he's sitting properly there now. So I'll have to just put a little tiny blob of glue either on his back or on his back. I think on his back's the best place. We'll get the steering wheel back after that, and that'll be him sorted. I'm quite pleased with those. It's turned out alright, and because I was on a roll, yeah, I painted a few more, not painted, I've printed a few more. I've got a few there now. I'm going to clean up, and I'll paint in my spare time. I'll paint when I've got time in between models and stuff, because I do want to, well, I've got a few more tractors to do, so I do need some drivers. So, but hopefully I don't need to file any off, because I did try this one before I filed anything off, when he was still the same as the white one, just printed, and he does fit on the other tractors without any other alterations, like the 165 and you know, the Fords and Majors and all that. The Fords, I know there's the other one, the old boy with the white hair and the green rig out, that went on the 165s and that, but I'm not gonna. Well, I might try and get a picture. I'll put one down, take a photo, and get a 3D model, a meshy, and then try and make an STL file for it, so I can print both kinds of drivers. But I'm quite happy with this one for the time being. Okay, so yeah, we're nearly there. It'll be pretty much assembly, I think. The next bit. Oh, yeah, and I have, forgot to tell you, I don't know, I might have told you earlier on in the video, I've done that with the, what do you call it? I don't know what we call it now, a vac form machine. So, I've got the old thing there, so that will need to be glued in, but it's quite good. So I'm pleased with that. I took it off one of the other windscreens. I have got one of these I bought that was in pieces. All the bits are there, and it had a good windscreen, so I just vac formed that over the top of the other one. But it does fit. You know, sometimes it makes them too big to fit, but this one fits perfectly. So the other one, there must be there must be a little bit of leeway with the other one. It can't be too tight in there to printed that, not printed, to vac form that over the top of it, and for it to fit still in the cab. So that's great. Okay, so yeah, I think definitely when we come back to it, it's going to be assembly time. We've still got to put the dual headlights in, but we do that at the end, because I've drilled the holes in this bit so they can go further back. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get the jewels in far enough without drilling into that. I know it doesn't look very straight on there, but when it's inside, that's what lines up with the holes. Okie dokie then, assembly time. Okie doke, here we go then. Okay, so first of all, got to put the reproduction vac formed window unit. I know I could have probably bought one from Model Supplies, but it's nice to be able to make something yourself rather than just order it online. So anyway, that's dropped in. This has got to go in next. Now I did glue this onto here the other day, well, when I did the last clip. It was a couple of days ago for me, so I glued that on there then with a super glue, the driver, because there's less chance of it clouding up the window unit. So I think that's going to hold the window unit in. I'm hoping it is. We'll find out if it doesn't. So give it a shake and see. No, it's not. I think I'm going to have to glue it. I'll have to put a little bit of 5-second fix. I can't get away from the old 5-second fix, can I? Okay, then let's give it a go. I'm going to use a bit of paper towel. Get that cap off because I don't want to get it everywhere. A little bit in the middle will be enough. Put a bit on the front there as well. That should do. That should do. Pick that little end up, put it back on. Up a daisy. Okay. Okay. Right. Now look, I've invested in a new UV flashlight. So let's get that in there. Let's drop him in. Push him down. Thing is, I've got to try and keep him in there. Right. Doesn't matter if it's not tight to the top, as long as it sticks it. That's what I want. Probably pushed out a bit too much now. Got a bit of a bend in the window unit. It don't take long to go off with this light. Right, okay. Oh god, turn it off. It's a rechargeable one, this, so it's good. Tells you how much charge you got left. Okay, let's get this piece in. Good, jolly good. Now, hang on a minute, we'll put that to one side, because what I want to do is put the wheels on. The wheels. So, put that on there, and I'm going to have to try and pin that over without busting them, which is not going to be very easy. How the hell am I going to do that? Because I'm going to have to put a punch or something in my anvil. Hang on, I've got to look for something. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we got the bigger vise on there. Now there's just enough room. I've got a punch in there, and it's just enough room, I think, for me to tap this enough to pin it without damaging the wheel. The ideal thing would have been to have the other punch on there, but I can't hold the model and hold the punch as well as bang the hammer. Load of shit coming out somewhere. I put my vise up on there, and there was a big spider came out of it, been on the floor. What are we doing there? Not quite enough. Don't want to bend the axle, that's what I'm worried about. It is sort of just about there. Tell you what I haven't done. Can I get it off now? Yeah. Oh, I haven't followed my own advice. Right, we've got to put the tyres on from the inside. I know they're very soft tyres, so it probably wouldn't have mattered in this instance. I thought this was going to be pretty straightforward, but it doesn't look like it now. Doing this, make sure that's the right way around the tread. These repro tyres are very soft, so it probably would have gone on, like I say, without any trouble. I am scared to bang that axle too hard in case it bends. But try this. Would be better with a hammer drill. It's gone a little bit, but I think I might swap the punches around, to be honest. I know what I was going to do. And now I've pinned it over too much. I've just realised I've had a cabbage moment. Okay, so that's what I planned to do, was just put these washers on and put 5-second fix. So the washers is stuck to the axle but not to the wheel. The wheel's still freewheeling. And I'd forgotten I was going to do that. It's been a while since I started this one. So instead of messing about like I did there, I need to clean that now because I've got crap all over it. Okay, okay, so that's that bit. I need to do the front ones now. So that's the end. I look for the best bit, part of the wheel. I think I'll do it that way. No, I won't do it the other way. There's a big, oh, that's gone on the floor. Here we go again. Stuff on the floor. Right, I'll put it that way. Oh, that's good, isn't it? These wheels I found must have a bigger hole in the centre than the others, so I'm going to have to peen that now. I have to do that in the vise. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to peen that over enough so the flipping wheel doesn't come off. There's going to be quite a bit that's going to need doing. These axles must be a lot thinner than the others. See, I should have tried all this before, but I didn't. Okay, I'm going to peen it over in the vise here. I won't show it because it's going to take forever. Right, well, what a long drawn out trippo that was. So the blasted wheels, the centres were too big for the axle or for the actual tractor. So I've had to find some pop rivets and make new centres, drill the centres of the wheels a little bit bigger, put the pop rivet in. This axle is bent as well a little bit. I've tried straightening it, but yeah, so I've had to do that and then drill out the centres of the pop rivets to get that to fit. I thought put a thicker axle, but then you can't get it through there. I suppose I could have drilled it, but I didn't want to ruin it. So I've done it this way. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to peen that over much without it bending the axle. I don't want to do that. I'm just trying to see which is the better side of the wheel. They're both not bad, but I'll just put that side on like that. Yeah. I can't get him through now. Do you think that's it? That's... Oh dear, I don't think it's going to be long enough. Okay, so I'm going to have to take that off again, and this one, and file a bit off of there. It's just never ending, this. Okay, I've got to file a bit off the centre. It's not much, but it might just make the difference. Okay, I've done that. This was supposed to be an easy one. It's starting to drive me on my tits. I've forgotten which way I said now. So the wheel. Oh, the way's not bad, but I'm probably going to have to still file a bit more off, because I don't think that it might go. Okay, so where's my anvil? But I think that the axle's going to bend. Nah, it's almost, but I might be able to pin it a little bit more, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Worst comes to the worst, I'm going to have to glue the wheel on this side, because the axle's going to turn, provided I don't bend it too much. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because I just don't think there's enough there to pin over enough to hold it. Actually, I think I've done it. Yeah. That one, my piece fell off, so I've had to super glue the same thing. I've had to super glue the outside hub of the wheel to the axle, so it turns with the axle, that one, but this one's still free, providing it doesn't fall off as well. Okay, so we might as well put the tyres on, front tyres, and my battery's saying it's getting low now, and I haven't charged the other one yet. Right, okay, so we've got that rolling anyway. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're going to put the base on now, but I don't think this battery's going to hold out to put the jeweled lights in. Oh, now why won't that go now? Oh, there's something not right there now. Oh dear. Okay, so we're going to have to put the screws in, I think, to hold all that. I think it's because of my man that I put in, the driver. I don't think I had filed quite enough off him to not bend the interior, so I think that's what's happened. But tightening this up is going to straighten the interior out. Okay, let's get the other one in. Yeah, I really thought this was going to be a straightforward one. Clever clogs that I am. That's the clever clogs thought it was going to be an easy one. No, wrong again. Okay, my battery thing on the screen is flashing, so it's going to go off. any minute now. Get this tightened. Okay, that's tight. So that looks alright, that part of it. It feels a bit, it's not too bad. Right, so what I'm going to do now is the dual headlights. I don't think my holes do quite line up, but anyway, they line up enough for putting those in. Okay. Right, okay, we've got our gym tack. I think I put too much in there. Anyway. Alright, let's move that out of the way. And try and pick up our gemmy little gems. Come on. Okay, we got it on the end. That one's in. That one's in. That's the worst part, is getting them in the right place the first time. Yeah, it should be okay. That glue will dry, transparent. I've absolutely no idea what size those jewels are. I mean, they didn't have a measurement really on them when I bought them. There was something, they were called something, but I didn't take a lot of notice. I just bought loads of packets of different ones, and I usually drill a hole first now and then just find one that will fit in the hole. Okay, so that's that done. Right, well that's it then, job done. I've put the indicators and side lights on. They do look alright actually. I didn't think they were going to look very good. I just stuck on the mud guards like that. But they're more or less in the place of where the real ones are, and they don't look too bad. Okay, well that's it then. Another one saved from the Corgi scrapyard, I guess. So yeah, I do hope you've enjoyed this one, and thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and that's if you haven't done so already. It would be very nice, thank you if you did. And yeah, I'm going to do the outdoor shots same as usual. Then we'll put it on the I've got a name for my turntable now. I've forgotten what it is, what I named it. Oh, the silver CRAPAUD time machine. So that's what my turntable's called. Martin used to call these the magic roundabout. I'm calling mine the silver CRAPAUD time machine. Okay, so you know, it jumps from an old model to a nicely restored model in the future. So yeah, okay then, so we'll do that, and then we'll do the what they call them, AI shots. We'll do those at the end after the turntable so you don't get muddled. So we'll do the snow scenes and everything. Sometimes when you do it with the cars, it puts an extra steering wheel on, or it does something, puts somebody in the car. It's weird, but it's quite interesting to see what it comes up with. So I shove all those pictures in. Okay then, well, like I say, thank you for watching, and until next time, please take care, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheerio for now. Bye bye. Abato. Bye.